Hello friends, this is SKillous, and today's video I'm gonna cover my last game on ESL Open Cup that I played the Monday night. This time we are playing against MaxPax. This is a final, so before I played against Lambo, if you haven't seen this video, you can check it. I'm gonna leave the link. And now we're gonna watch the MaxPax games. So, if you're talking about the opponent, MaxPax is a very hard opponent, probably like one of the hardest for me, and I don't know, is it fair or not, but I would even put MaxPax around Cyril level of like scariness for me. Like, he's definitely like above a lot of players who may be even considered stronger, but I'm not as afraid of them as I'm of MaxPax, which is probably not a good thing. Let me be honest, I don't think it's good, but well, there is nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. So I mean, I can do, but at least right now, right, it is what it is. So I have to work with what I have. So first map is Dragon Skills. This is a map that I think should be not bad for me because I'm playing. I don't really want to plan. I don't really want to play one gate against one gate scenarios because this is what is a this is a very strong part of MaxPax's style in general. Like, he's very experienced with all types of scenarios in these cases. So I don't really want to force it. So instead, I'm going for something more tricky. As you can see, after my Cybernetic score was put down, I actually sent my second probe across the map. This is a strategy that I actually stole from a player called Spatz. Maybe you heard of him. And he was playing it against me all the time, and I was so pissed. Because this is actually very powerful. So this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to play his strategy. And as you can see, I'm also like faking out that I'm trying to play like just a micro game with 2 gate because I put down my second pile on the main base. So I'm trying to make MaxPax think that everything is standard, but in reality it's not. And in reality I'm playing a very committed thing. So Proxy Robo goes down. I also started 2 adepts. I also, if you paid attention, I killed his probe with my 2 probes, which was also very good because it's also less scouting info for him. It's less income, to be honest, because he still has to get some scouting info, right? And it will be so much more hard for him to defend even without this probe, because this is like, these defenses are usually very tight. Like, you have to be perfect with all of your spendings, and here, as you can see, probably because of some early game distraction, his probe is not in position. He lost his probe, so he didn't see my adepts, and now he's completely unprepared, and I'm just trying to kill these probes one by one. And to be honest, this is almost a game over already, because as I said, it's like so important to be perfect with your spendings, and in this case he even loses some probes. He also has to activate his oracle at home in order to kill my adepts in time, to kill it quicker. So I'm very happy with that. Like, of course he still scouts my lane with his adept, but at the same time he doesn't know what's happening, right? He just saw 2 adepts. He just saw 2 stalkers. So this is pretty much impossible to know. And I'm using that, and I'm just taking my time, warping in some additional units, so I can make sure that I actually will be able to overwhelm, and I don't really overextend. And as you can see, it was a very easy win. Like, MaxPax just gave up instantly because he was already too far behind. And just like that, I took the first game, and let's jump into the second one. Second map is Ancient System. I think it was probably my pick because this is one of the better maps when we play against MaxPax, because it has a very open second base ramp. So considering the MaxPax style, right, with 1 gate expand, it's actually way harder to defend the wall with it. So, and also the main base is very big and open, so it's very easy to blink on the main base, or maybe even drop some units on the main base with a prism. So that's why I chose this map, because it should be one of the best maps for me. So this time I also play into gate because, yeah, I don't really, as I said, especially on the map without ramps, I don't want to force myself into MaxPax territory. Like, I don't want to play games that MaxPax is comfortable with. So, I mean, he's probably comfortable with 2 gate as well. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Like, I feel less comfortable with 1 gate, I think, than with 2 gate against him. So now I come. Now I see that he has no wall, and that makes me a little bit surprised, to be honest, because he always goes for a wall. But I guess this was a addition that he made to his play, because he was expecting me to be aggressive on this map, maybe to play a proxy second pylon with a proxy third gate or something like that. But that wasn't the case. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what's the good and bad part about this kind of wall. I think it should be harder to deal with 4 gate, because you don't have like a wall that serves a good role in terms of blocking enemy units from your void ray, so you can actually micro it very conveniently from all the time. I guess that's the plan. That's the downside of it, but advantage is that you don't lose your vol, right? You don't lose your cybernetic score, you don't lose your gateway that easily, so it also can be beneficial in the longer run. So, seeing that, I'm deciding to go for a proxy third gateway later on. I think it's a very powerful strategy, once again, because at my base, MaxPax actually sees the exact same thing, right? He sees double gateway, he sees double pylon, he sees that I'm building my units, like nothing special at all, right? So I could easily expand, or I could go for a Stargate, for example, but instead I'm choosing to proxy my gateway. So generally I think I'm quite happy with what's happening. I also gonna double chrono my gateway. Now I see Stalker, now I see Zealot, so in my eyes this is already almost confirmed Oracle, because every time MaxPax plays like this and he plays without Adepts, he always go for Oracle first, simply to get some counter-attack damage going, because this is always very important. And also get some scouting info, right? So that's why I got a very quick battery, but at the same time I keep kiting his units all the time. I was a little bit late with my warp at base. To be honest, it's a bit hard to make a decision, because this is, you either warp units offensively and there is an oracle on your, let's say, behind, right? Or you warp units defensively, blindly, and there is like a void ray, you know, first, and you're in trouble. So it's very hard to make a decision, because every decision can be like game ending. But in this case, it wasn't that crucial, I think, because I mean it was very bad, but I lost like 6 probes. Could be way worse. So I still have a lot of firepower, and as I say, I think this is a scenario that favors me. As you can see, I managed to get so much damage done simply because he has nothing that guards his units, and I can infinitely kite his units. And in the worst case for me, I still hit his Nexus, and as you can see, his Nexus is already in orange health, which can be good. He has to spend some energy healing up this Nexus, and I keep going back and forth with my units, hitting and killing his probes. Also preemptively activated battery recharge. I mean, I have nothing to lose, right? Like, I don't really need to chrono any of my tech, so I keep doing that. I saw that he activated battery recharge, which is very good for me. I keep hitting the Nexus because, yeah, like, if I keep the Nexus in the danger of, like, getting one-shotted by my Stalkers, it's obviously very good for me. I also got 1 Sentry previously, because Sentry is very good if you want to pounce on the Void Rays, because Guardian Shield actually makes a very big difference in terms of damage output of Void Rays. So now I'm just slowly kiting. I'm trying to get my moment, and right now I'm trying to pounce because I saw that he just used his prismatic alignment on his void ray, so I thought it was the perfect moment to pounce because he don't have battery recharge and he also doesn't have prismatic alignment on his void ray. So I used this moment, I pounced. Maybe it wasn't that efficient on killing the void rays, but I actually killed his nexus, which was very good. Here, I think I overextended a little bit because I actually started losing stalkers. Zealot did a lot of DPS. I probably had to kill this Zealot instead of trying to get this void race. But generally, to be honest, I'm still quite happy because usually it's a good sign if you manage to clear up the second base, because it's very hard for your opponent to go down the ramp with pure void race. So I keep clearing these batteries because I don't want batteries to have energy. Also clearing some random units, which also looks good. At home I slowly got some progress back, so my economy is also quite healthy right now. And I just keep killing these pylons and batteries, but to be honest, I already felt like something is not going good because this map allows you to build a battery just on the edge of your main base, and you can battery overcharge it from the main base, right? So it's very hard for me to break his ramp, and also this position is a little bit awkward because I have no vision up the main base, so I don't have vision up the ramp, and he can get a very good fight. And I think this is the moment when I can make a mistake because he got a 4 void race. I didn't kill any void race, and as you can see now, I simply can't take a fight because void race are so powerful. I also saw that the battery overcharge got activated on the main base. He landed a very good force field as well, and I simply feel like I'm losing very hard suddenly. Like I thought I was winning just now, but I'm actually losing because I don't have enough units to break him. Like I think this is the moment when his wall paid off because he didn't lose his cybernetic score, he didn't lose his gateway, right? And he probably has double gateway 1-star gate production, and with good use, as you can see, it's just enough to be able to defend my attack. And to be honest, this was very impressive. Like at the moment when I killed his Nexus, I was like, okay, I can't lose this game anymore. But MaxPax does his magic again, and he just completely destroys me with his defense. And just like that, he gets the second game. Very impressive, but to be honest, I don't know, I always feel a little bit hopeless when I do attacks like this because like MaxPax can catch you in so many different aspects of the game, like in these defenses. So I was like, okay, that was bad, but I have to forget about this game and focus on the next one. Third map is Altitude. This is 1-gate map, but first of all, this was a MaxPax pick, and second of all, well, this map is not that bad because on this map you can actually do some tricks, and it's not very. It's quite defensive, but at the same time it's quite big, and I think it's not as easy for Oracle to deal damage in general. So I think this map is probably not the worst map, to be honest. Like I think the worst map against MaxPax is probably Babylon, because Babylon it's very easy to be defend there, and also it's quite small, and it has quite a bit of paths you can take with Oracle, which is quite annoying. So I'm quite alright with this map, and as you can see, I'm exactly going for exact trick I was talking about. So I'm going for a rope down my main base a little bit earlier than it's supposed to be, so I hide it a little bit, and instead of actually going for a rope, I'm canceling it and I'm getting a Nexus just like that, because I know that MaxPax is always going on the main base, so I easily managed to squeeze in this Nexus, because on this map it's actually not possible because of the map size, by the way. So I'm quite happy, because I usually feel quite confident in these kind of situations when I manage to get a Nexus down like that. So the next thing I want to take take care of now is getting a zealot. So as you can see, I skip my second cast because I'm a bit afraid that MaxPax is gonna build a pylon in my wall and also go for some battery there, paired with zealot, with a couple of adepts, with some batteries. It can be very scary to deal with, so I did not make it happen, and yeah, I've decided to just go for a second gateway quicker, so it's not possible to make a proper wall for him. I skipped my gas, but it's not very necessary to have gas at the moment, to be honest, because gas is... If I go gas now, I simply won't have enough resources to afford all the stalkers I need and all the batteries I need before going into my tech, so I would simply bank a lot of gas that I won't be able to spend. So instead of I'm investing my resources into more additional stalkers, and just in general I'm investing resources into getting more defenses against his units. I also go for a third gateway. As you can see, I also sent a probe across the map. So my idea was to counterattack with 3 gateways, but now I actually see that MaxPax has scouted it, right? So I'm like, okay, so you scouted it. It probably means that you will be scared, right? So because of that, I decided, okay, I'll probably just stay at home. I'll get my gases a little bit later, and I will try to play macro game out of it, because I don't want to die. I don't want to push into a voidry, because this is probably what would happen if I would choose to push right now. So I'm not using my gateways, and also, as you could see, I lost a little bit of probes, which was actually very unfortunate. It was a very unfortunate thing, but I simply didn't have a block in my wall, which was a very big problem, because I can deal with 1 adept or 1 oracle, but I can't deal with 1 oracle and 1 adept. So unfortunately in this case I lost a lot of probes, but don't forget that my nexus was quicker, and I also didn't invest anything into Stargate. And as you can see, for now I still feel quite comfortable, right? Like I still have my probes. I got quite a bit of economy. I have my stalkers, I have my blink, and at this moment I see that Void Ray came my way, and I realized that actually I've made a very right decision that I didn't commit into my attack, because simply MaxPax simply went for a Void Ray after an Oracle, so this was exactly what I was hoping for when I went for this kind of defensive play instead of offensive play, because if I stay defensive and I actually go for a... If I actually go for Stalker defensively and more economy and more gases and tech, I think it's way better for me, because he doesn't get the second Oracle, right? And this is very good in terms of future game, right? Because I won't be struggling against 2 Oracles if I simply have a battery in my mineral line, right? So I have to, like the worst case, yes, I have to just put my probes away in time. Okay, here I was struggling with it a little bit. Not sure why. I mean, I probably was a little bit nervous, to be honest. It's hard for me to remember, to be honest, was I nervous or not, but yeah, I was like, okay, I have to collect myself now. So I'm trying to catch his Oracle on the map, because I don't really want to... I mean, I just don't want to deal with it, right? But... And at the same time, I don't want to be across the map, because I also feel it might be very dangerous if I'm going across the map and he actually goes for like 4 gate, let's say. Or maybe we base trade and he has more gateways. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong, so I decided to just focus on my economy, just to get as many stalkers as possible, also invest money into my forge. I obviously was a little bit greedy with my robot timing, but at the same time, this is a corner that I wanted to cut, so it wasn't that bad. And here I see that his stalkers are going across the map, and I have decided to go for a adept counterattack, because now I know exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna try to make a style trap, also attack the stalkers at the same time, and also yeah, just try to kill me with his stalkers pretty much. So because of that, I think adept counterattack is a very great play, because I actually can kill some probes, and I also can cause him to focus his attention back home, which is good, because right now it's obviously very hard for me to defend against everything. But good thing I actually killed Oracle. I also didn't die to Stalkers. I think I marked it quite well. And here, I mean, Adept didn't really do that much, but I also forced some Warpanes offensively. I still got some gateways. And now I just trying to stabilize the situation until I get my additional gateways and I get my +1 ready, because I believe that I should probably be ahead in upgrades when I get my +1, because he didn't have it, and I doubt he had a forge it early. And here I commit into a fight that I think I'm winning, and MaxPax I think thinks the same way. Some stalkers starting to die, and I actually feel like I'm starting to win this game, actually. To my own surprise, to be honest, because I was already in the mindset that, okay, I'm doing the best thing, but I'm probably behind. But actually, this time MaxPax makes a mistake. I have a prism ready. I also have my +1 ready, so worst case scenario for me, we're gonna fight +1 against +1, which is good. And after such a poorly executed attack, or maybe like my good defense, I'm not sure, I simply decide to go in full attack. Like, I don't even start my +2, because I know that if I simply put everything into this attack, there is no way I lose this game. So I come to his base, I force a shield battery overcharge, and now after I force it, I see, okay, so this is the moment for me to go. Like, I just go, I just blink in. His stalkers are in a very unfortunate position, because it's very hard to fight if your opponent blinks into you and he has more units than you. Also, his probes weren't be able to attack my stalkers, like he couldn't pull it. I almost immediately kill his immortal, and at this moment I start to feel like, okay, I'm actually winning this game. I think this is a thing I'm good at. Like, I can smell the blood in the water pretty much like a shark, and I can just commit to one attack and just kill my opponent. So even zealots come that are dealing with my problems at the main base. I also blink here, and to my own surprise, I don't even see a force base. I was completely certain that there is a force base. So even in terms of macro, I wasn't losing. Like, I had my force base and everything. So I'm very happy with this one. First map is rolled out. This is map, I would say that is alright. It's probably not, yeah, I mean, it's not the best out of non-ramp maps, because obviously Grass 1, that MaxPax always vetoes, and Ancient System, they're probably better, but Royal Battle also don't mind too much. So this case I go for exact same approach. I was going for all the previous maps I played on non-ramp maps. So I just go double gateway, I go gate Scouse in order to block his Nexus in time. And this time I see the classical wall for MaxPax, no high ground walls or anything. I also see a Chrono saved up, so I'm going for a block. The main base I also built my Cyber. Actually, funny moment that he actually checks if my probes goes to gas or not. So this is an adjustment he made from the first game, which is, I noticed it in the game, and I was a little bit, I don't know, it was a little bit funny for me for some reason. But this is obviously a very good move, and like, just in general, if you watch my MaxPax suite, you probably heard me saying MaxPax is very good at small adjustments he makes throughout the series, and this was one of the small adjustments that is very easy to catch. And yeah, I mean, this is just very good. So, like, if I would for some reason choose the same strategy as I did in the first game, I would be simply in a disadvantage, right? Because I would I wouldn't be able to put my I wouldn't be able to pull my probe after Cybernetic score, and I will be simply like lost, you know, like I will have to find a new build that I have to go for. So this time I'm deciding to go for Oracle, and actually I think this is a perfect scenario because I go double Stalker Stargate, and I see that he cancelled his unit. He got his Stargate before Nexus, but he also got Nexus before his unit. So I realized, okay, so now if I just kill his probe that's gonna try to sneak in and scout my Nexus, he won't be able to scout. So this is exactly what I'm doing. And also, I showed to him that, okay, I'm not having a Nexus, so this is actually getting very suspicious for him, and he has no way of scouting it. And instead of doing that, I just go for a Nexus quicker, because... sorry, I go for Nexus afterwards, because... not quicker, but afterwards, because I know that he won't be... he will be very afraid, and now he probably goes for an Oracle, but at the same time, he can't really know exactly what I'm going for, right? So I also followed up with 2 Adepts. Plan is to just be as annoying as possible with my units. I also drain some energy out of the battery. This was a very weird shade, I'm not sure how it happened, but I guess he was out of minerals, so he couldn't block the ramp, so I actually managed to get in. I have some problems again with an Oracle, but so does he, and he actually goes for a Void Ray again. This is not a second Oracle, but a Void Ray, and look at his unit count. Like, it's actually very low. I killed his Zealot, I killed his Stalker, I killed his Battery. Also, Void Ray is on the main base, so I have a complete freedom. Like, I have a lot of units offensively. I have my Stalkers. Yes, I lost some pros, but his base is in complete chaos, right? I have these Stalkers. I have the Stalkers across the map that are hitting his wall. I have my Oracle, and obviously Oracle is very annoying against Void Ray, and in this moment it's actually a very fun thing that happened. So I clicked on one of my Stalkers on the main base, and I was like, okay, I want to check if he killed the Oracle or not, and I clicked and I saw a kill on it. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but I thought, okay, so he lost his Oracle because he was marking at base. But he actually didn't, and because of that, I pulled over my Stalkers, which was a very crazy move, right? And I actually found his Stalker randomly on the map. Sorry, not Stalker, but Oracle. So I was like so happy with that. So now I just keep committing, I keep killing pros, because now I know that he invested money into 1 Stargate, 1 Oracle, 1 Void Ray, and 1 Phoenix, and this is so much unit. So if I just apply more and more pressure to him, it will be so hard to deal with. So now, at the back of my base, I actually get a Blink upgrade for my Stalkers, and at this point I just understand that, okay, if I will keep applying some pressure, I will probably win, because I will probably have slightly more eco, and I will also have more Stalkers and quicker Blink. So this is what I'm going for. Also, yes, I'm completely aware that there is a good chance that he's gonna go for another Oracle just to apply some counterattack damage, because in this case, I don't think he has a pile on the map, so no potential Adepts, but instead he has a Stargate, right? And this is probably one of the only things he can do in order to apply some counter damage. So I warp to Stalkers, I go for Battery, and exactly what happens next. 1 Oracle comes in. So I'm obviously very happy about that, because this was one of the things that could happen to me to ruin my game, but I didn't fall for it. So I go for Battery. I take 2 of the Stalkers offensively again. His Cybernetics is also very exposed, so this is my next goal. I really want to kill it, and now I simply realize that, okay, I really don't want to die to random disease or something like that, because I feel like I'm already so far ahead. So I'll just get a Robo before my 3rd base, and I will keep being aggressive, because once again, I don't believe that he can have more than 4 gateways. I also have a quick weapon near his base, so he pretty much has no defender's advantage outside of Shield Battery Overcharge, so I'm trying to force it. It's a little bit of a slap in micro for me, to be honest, because once again I felt the blood in the water. I was like, okay, this time I think you're not going away from me, MaxPax. This time I'm gonna punish you. And here I see, okay, I just have to micro. There is no battery overcharge. All the batteries are drained. I keep should battery overcharge my. I keep blinking back my stalkers. I also see an oracle, so I pull stalkers back home. And now I realize, okay, I think the game is over. Like there is no way I can lose it because I defended against everything. There is no DTs. I have observer on the way, and just like that, I mean MaxPax. I was actually so happy. Yeah. Okay, this was a little bit weird, but this was my reaction on the stream. But if you want to watch some more games of mine, you can obviously go to my Twitch. But for me, it's gonna be it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was a good one. See you next time. Bye bye.